Hey guys, this is Nathan from RunDreamAchieve.com. Today's video I want to talk about how do you master 1:30 half marathon pace. I mean, this is extremely aggressive. If you're near this particular time barrier, I want to commend you because 1:30, anything under 1:30 for a half marathon, you're getting into that elite type of running. You have to maintain 6 minutes and 52 seconds per mile for 13.1 miles and be able to sustain that pace for the entire duration of the race. I personally feel that a time of that particular caliber is extremely um, competitive, aggressive, and you have to be very focused and very driven to be able to get that type of time. Now, obviously, I talk a lot of different strategies, different training methodologies here at RunDreamAchieve.com and the YouTube channel. I can only suggest some strategies that I've used in the past that I think will really benefit you in terms of getting under the 1:30 half marathon barrier. If you're, obviously, if you're at like 2 hours and 10 minutes, you've got a ways to go, and you can obviously make those big, huge leaps in your racing. But you also have to be cognizant of um, being patient and allowing yourself to get to the next barrier. If you're like at 210, let's focus on sub 2 minutes. If you're at 145, I think you're a little bit closer, obviously, than 210 to getting to that sub 130 half marathon. What I can tell you from my own background is that you have to implement a different strategy with your long runs. You cannot spend every single long run running slow and just building up. A lot of athletes think that doing a long run, a 20 to 22 mile long run for in preparation for a half marathon will yield the results. Obviously, it's going to make you extremely strong. You're going to be very um, you know you're going to have a lot of endurance build up, but you have to be able to. This is about stamina and being able to clear lactic acid faster than it's building up. And that's really the reason why a lot of athletes that you see breaking, an hour and 30 minutes for the half marathon and able to sustain that 1:30 minute and 30 half marathon pace is they've spent a greater percentage of their weekly volume spent far below 6 minutes and 52 seconds per mile. My advice to you is get real used to running anywhere from 5 minute mile pace to 5 minutes and 30-minute mile pace. Obviously, you can't spend that much time at that type of intensity. I mean, it'd be like me, um, as a 219 marathoner trying to, um, you know, I'm able to hold 519 pace for 26.2 miles, but I always train at sub 4 minute mile pace in training for those aerobic capacity type workouts. It's the type of workouts like if you're getting on the track and you're doing repeat 200s, repeat Ks, things like that. All of us can spend a little bit of time training a minute faster than we're wanting to race at, sometimes 2 minutes faster, depending on the distance. If you're training for a marathon, obviously, you could spend a little bit of time uh, training at 2 minutes below goal race pace. And the key concept behind that is yes, we can't spend a lot of time training at that intensity, but you're getting your body used to running far faster than you're ever planning to race at, and it's going to make your half marathon pace feel that much more manageable and in control when you've spent more time running, a minute to a minute and a half faster than 6 minutes and 52-second mile pace. So that's a key concept that I teach with in the courses that I teach in my training plans. It's the same training methodologies that I've been taught by Dr. Joe Vigil, Jack Hazen, Lisa Rainsberger. Lisa won the Boston Marathon in 1985. Jack Hazen is one of the world's best distance coaches. Dr. Joe Vigil is a world-renowned exercise physiologist, and these professionals taught me if you're wanting to make those next big jumps, like in your case, you're trying to get under an hour and 30 minutes for the half marathon. Uh, just for tough love, it's not going to be handed to you. It's not going to be handed to me or anybody else that's trying to run such an aggressive time. Um, anybody that's trying to break an hour and 30 minutes for a half marathon, in my eyes, is somebody that's very disciplined, has a level of talent. I mean, you do have to have some talent to be able to break an hour and 30 minutes. If you're low on talent, like I was, you have to really niche down and focus in on what you really want to do in regards to this. I mean, if it's somebody that's very, very talented may be able to accomplish this particular time in a matter of weeks or months. Somebody that has less talent but has to work harder, it may take you a year, it may take you 5 years. So having that belief in delayed gratification is really, really important. Um, but that's definitely the way to go when it comes to breaking an hour and 30 minutes. You have to get used to running faster and often at speeds that are far below 6 minutes and 52 seconds per mile. I mean, if you can do this for a half marathon, you can do this for a full marathon. Now, I know right now you're working right now to be able to get your body to do this for 13 miles. Um, I had to, for me personally, I had to get to a point where I could break an hour and 11 minutes for the half marathon before I ever, started thinking about, although I was still thinking about it, to break a 2 hour and 22-minute marathon. Back in 2007, 2008, that was the Olympic Trials B standard. I was a 2:43 marathoner, and I still saw myself breaking 2 hours and 22 minutes, but I was, at that time, my best half marathon was an hour and 10 minutes and 29 seconds. So plan accordingly, make sure you're patient, know that you can do this. It's a matter of obviously implementing a strategy and a plan in training that is heavily focused on race pace training, training the aerobic capacity, which is basically you're running at 175 beats per minute or higher. It's basically just that you're at your maximum heart rate. You're training very, very close to your maximum heart rate, which is where I go back to saying that sometimes you're gonna need to be able to spend a little bit of time at like 5 minute mile pace or 5:30 mile pace. The more time you spend at that type of intensity, you're going to recruit those fast twitch muscle fibers that you absolutely need to have and to call upon when you're racing. The more fast twitch muscle fibers you can recruit by training your anaerobic threshold and training at your aerobic capacity, the more efficient, more economical you're going to run. And and that doesn't happen overnight. So do not expect this to be easy. You're going after a very, very aggressive, competitive time. Kudos to you. Totally respect you for going after this. Uh, but you're at a level that a lot of athletes don't always get to. I mean, we all have different physiological makeups. We all have different talent capabilities. Um, if you're at 3 hours right now for the half marathon, take some of these strategies and focus in on, learning from what I'm saying in regards to, for you trying to break 3 hours, for a half marathon, you need to hold 9 minutes and 9 seconds per mile. So again, practice running a little bit at 7 minutes, 7 minute pace, 7:30 mile pace. I know this isn't for you because I'm really kind of focused in on athletes right now that are trying to break an hour and 30. But it doesn't matter where you're at. If you're further away from an hour and 30 minutes, then really focus in on your goal race pace and training far below it. Get used to that, spending time a minute to a minute and a half up to like 2 minutes faster than your race pace. It's going to make race pace feel all that more easier. Focus on nutrition. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest. Make sure you are taking it easy on those recovery days. I've trained with world-class Kenyans, Europeans, Americans that absolutely jog on their recovery days because they know they have to back off to get those physiological benefits that they're pushing for those hard workouts. When it's hard, when it's time to go to do a tempo run where you're training your anaerobic threshold, you're at that like 167 to 174 beats per minute, then that is extremely aggressive. When you're pushing on those long runs and you're running at 160 beats per minute that I teach, which is about 85 to 86% of your maximum heart rate, that is very difficult training. So when it's time for you to call upon those really easy days, that's what you need to be focused on. If you want to break an hour and 30 minutes for the half marathon and master at 1 hour and 30-minute half marathon pace, then you have to focus also on those easy days and allow your body to rest so you can get the added benefit from all the hard work you're putting in. So again, I could go on for hours about this. There's a lot of niche down different topics that I could talk about in regards to breaking an hour and 30 minutes, but I just wanted to share a few tips. Hopefully this has been helpful. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the Run Dream Achieve YouTube channel. definitely hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way, when I make new videos, you'll instantly get a notification that a new video has been made. So if I missed anything in this video, I know I can only cover so much in each video, but definitely leave a comment if you're getting close to an hour and 30 minutes, or you're having an issue, something that's a pain point in regards to getting you under this barrier. Let me know. Let me know so I can create another video specifically for your question. I really value my readers and subscribers input. It helps me figure out exactly what is causing you those issues so I can get you those results, and I can, you can start really working on your leverage and getting better results. So have a great afternoon. Hope this has been helpful, and I wish you the best with your training. I know you can break an hour in 30 minutes. It's just a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So be patient, be persistent, continue to focus, and you'll break that barrier.